Hello everyone, this is Zeraptic coming back at you, and I'm gonna do something a little different today because I've noticed in my past videos the glare coming from my graphic tablet has been going into my eyes and giving me that anime kind of look, so I've decided to turn off my monitor for a bit just so there's no glare coming from my glasses, for the time being anyways. So last time I went into my second gate idea for Disneyland, and I will reveal the name of it. I still feel it's a kind of a silly name, but I don't know. Once I'm finished with my whole concept and I reveal the name, then I'll let you guys determine if that's a appropriate theme park name for it. Also, I just wanted to emphasize that if you guys submit any suggestions in the comments, I absolutely cannot listen to those suggestions. Just from a legal standpoint, if in the 0.001% that Disney actually approaches me about implementing ideas I have, or like if they actually do consider demolishing DCA and actually doing my second gate idea for Disneyland, I want to be sure to tell them that like all the ideas I had are strictly my own. So I don't want to go stepping on other people's toes saying like, oh, you stole my idea or whatever if you guys start suggesting in the comments. So that I just want to let you guys know, like if you feel tempted to do that, please don't do that. If we do end up coming up with like similar ideas, I mean, it's going to be totally coincidence. You know, nothing really is original anymore. So maybe if I come up with the same idea as you, I mean, that doesn't mean I necessarily stole it from you. I mean, I don't really know anyone else on this platform. So just want to clear that out before going into my video for today. So yeah, just letting you guys know. If you want to leave suggestions in the comments, I really ask that you guys don't. Honestly, you should just go on, make your own YouTube channel and submit your ideas for like a Disney theme park on your own YouTube channel, just so you can get the credit yourself. I mean, I know I'm an artist and I can actually illustrate my ideas. Maybe you guys don't have the ability to do so, or you can't find someone with the ability to do so. I mean, you can pretty much, if you want to start learning how to draw, you can use like very simple shape making tools in Photoshop or any other art programs and just try to doodle whatever you can if you really want to present your ideas out there. But for my video specifically, I really would hope that you guys don't ask or make any sort of suggestions to my own theme park ideas, because I just want to leave that out legally. Alright, so anyways, we've last left off with the Buena Vista Boulevard, which is pretty much the main street of my second gate. So I know you've been waiting to see like where is this trolley track going, and today we are gonna go into that. So over here is going to be Hollywoodland. Not the Hollywoodland that you guys know from Disney's California Adventure. I have a different approach as to how I want to do that. I mean, basically my idea for Hollywoodland is it's kind of like New York-ish, because I still want to have like some of the theater buildings still around, like the Playhouse Disney place and what have you. I should move that one. The magic of Photoshop. So here's a sidewalk. Maybe I'll split off into this area. So I know the original theme for Hollywoodland, or man, what was the Hollywood backlot, was again Michael Eisner's attempt to, you know, copy Universal Studios and have his own little Disney Studios backlot here. But you know, Disney should be Disney, not trying to copy anyone else. So for the former backlot area, I just want to make like a whole back street area. Just have the road going that way. Now, for any of you wondering, what about Carthay Circle Theater? Like, that's still an important theater in Disneyland history. Why don't you have that integrated into the park in some way? I'm actually still debating if I want to do that, because, like, yeah, it's the theater where Snow White premiered, but I mean, in terms of being a significant part of Disney history, I don't really see it that much. That's like saying, oh yeah, the first Iron Man movie debuted in a AMC theater. It's like, is it really all that important to the history of a studio? I mean, that's all I'm saying. So yeah, well, like, I guess we can keep the Hyperion around. Let's see. I would probably move it to the end of the street so it becomes like the backdrop for this whole area rather than it being like on a corner. So let me put the Hyperion over in this direction. And I would love it to have the Hyperion be like in a totally enclosed theater. Like, give it the whole experience. I'm not a fan of how half of it, like the waiting area for when you go up into the mezzanine and all this stuff, it's like all outdoors, and then the actual theater itself is the seating and everything is the only part of it that's indoors. And I'm like, well, I mean, you've got the space for it, obviously. Why don't you just build it into a complete theater experience? That's the way I see it. And maybe over here, put the Carthay Circle over here. So Carthay Circle on one end and Hyperion on another. I don't know if I want... I mean... yeah, why not? Just have Hyperion be like the live stage shows, and then Carthay Circle could be the 4D experiences. Because I really would like to see them both be like actual functioning theaters rather than like Carthay Circle being a restaurant. And we could put maybe Muppets in there, showcase filler magic every summer. Because I miss my Muppets. I really love the Muppets, and I'm really sad that Disney's really neglecting them when they've got the rights to them and they're not really doing much. Like the previous Muppet movie, I love it. That was a great movie. Like, it hit all the right tones and notes when it comes to the Muppets. And then after that, they didn't really do much else with the Muppets other than that YouTube channel. And then even then, it kind of petered off into nothingness. Monsters Inc. I know you are all wondering about that. I kinda don't think it's suitable in my version of Hollywoodland. It will come back, but in another park. Not this particular park. This one I want to really focus more on stuff that fits into the genres I've selected. And Monsters Inc. doesn't really fit into any of the genres that I've picked out. So, yeah, since Carthay Circle will be the new location of all the 4D attractions, then maybe this will turn the 4D theater that they currently have for filler magic will just, I would say, just make that into another restaurant. I mean, it's kind of a nice location for it. And then over here, this is something I've always wanted. I know, I'm just doing like rooftop views at this point because this is all going to be like a cityscape kind of building or area. Whereas this is like the back alleyway, and over here is where the Art of Animation. I definitely want to keep the Art of Animation building around because I love that place. It's just kind of sad where like you go into Art of Animation and the Sorcerer's Workshop is the only place in California Adventure where you actually feel some sense of Disney magic, going through the different areas and interacting with the stuff there, like the animation, like doing your own hand-drawn animation. I actually have done my own like spinning wheel animation. It's somewhere in my room right now. And then there's that Little Mermaid area where you get to like have your voice coming out of the Disney characters and whatnot. Yeah, just erase this. It is all gonna be bird's eye view. And then the trolley would just go along this route. And then back out. It's all a mess right now. Whatever, that's where it goes. And then of course I would love to bring back Tower of Terror, because that fits in way better with my Hollywood theme. Guardians of the Galaxy, I mean, I feel like they could do a much better ride than just dressing up Tower of Terror and calling it a new ride. Like that, they're planning another, like a brand new Guardians of the Galaxy ride over at Walt Disney World. I feel that's going to be a better experience than just going up and down and just hearing 80s music. So yeah. Let's see, over in this area. Right now I'm just drawing it out, but I'm not really telling you what I'm looking or what I'm gonna do. Just laying it out. Just to fill up space. So yeah. Anyways, for the majority of Hollywoodland, I would pretty much keep a sizable chunk of it the same, like this area to the right with the whole Art of Animation and the Playhouse Disney stage. I would keep that all there. It's only on the left side and in the back end, of course, like just nudging the Hyperion Theater over so it provides a better backdrop when you're going down the main street, and then have the Carthay Circle be over in this area. There's a little circle to indicate the tower right there. And then over in here is going to be a unique experience because I want to have a replica of the Ink and Paint Club from Roger Rabbit. So this would be like the only place in the entire park that will serve alcohol. Sorry guys, I kind of want this to be like Disneyland, and just like Disneyland, the whole park has to be dry because Walt doesn't want a bunch of drunken people walking around his park unless it's contained like he did with Club 33 and now Star Wars Land. But here we have one little alcohol area and you're not going to be able to take it out. And of course you will be limited. I know this is supposed to be for mature families, but I mean mature family, not immature adult families here. So yeah, so that'll be the Ink and Paint Club, and then above the Ink and Paint Club there will be a second floor, and I kind of want to put another apartment there, like the one on Main Street where Walt used to live with his family because he's having to drive like 2 hours to and from his home to Disneyland. He had an apartment built in Disneyland just so he can supervise the construction and everything. So I want to continue that tradition over here and have a special apartment for any member of the Disney family, or maybe use it as another college program tour thing. But I really hope that the Disney family would consider using it, because then it's like a nice... So then now Walt's original Disneyland would have an apartment that you could technically live in, and then this park, which is more dedicated to Roy and Oswald, would also have its own apartment that you can live in. So that's my deal with it. I would have that especially reserved for the Disney family. I wouldn't want to live in this area. Not that it's bad, I mean, I'm just saying, just, you know, just a little special space for them, just to know that we care about the Disney family. Let's see. So we got the 2 theaters, then got Playhouse Disney, art of animation. This is going to be the whole restaurant area. So you have the grocery store and all like the more like city kind of places. And then Tower of Terror would be in its spot. And what else? Oh yes, so my vision for Hollywoodland, it will be that everything, like absolutely everything, would be in black and white. Just straight up black and white. You enter the land and I want the feel that you are standing in a black and white Hollywood classic movie. And to my knowledge, I don't think any park has done that level of theming where everything just has this monochromatic look to them. And I think it'll be kind of fun seeing how guests would react walking into a black and white motion picture, basically. Kind of like that one movie, what was it, a while back? I think it's called Pleasantville, where you have these two like teenagers from our world, the world of color, suddenly getting transported to the world of black and white, which is this old TV show called Pleasantville, and then seeing how their actions have changed the people of Pleasantville because they live in this alternate reality where everything is in black and white, and seeing things in color like freaks them out. So that's the kind of feel I want to go for with my vision of Hollywoodland. Like it's like old-timey 1920s Hollywoodland, which also matches with 1920s California Buena Vista Boulevard. So everything here will be black and white, but it won't always be black and white. See, my main reason for this being all black and white is because at night there will be special lights that come on and the whole place becomes drowned in technicolor. For anyone who's a big Jesse McCartney fan, I hope some of you guys know Jesse McCartney, because I'm going to feel very old if none of you guys know Jesse McCartney. There we go. And this is exactly why I want to keep the original Tower of Terror, because having that building in black and white, so very Twilight Zone, but then at night comes alive with color. What are you guys thinking? There you go. And then everything else is like, so you can take the trolley from Buena Vista Street, or Buena Vista Boulevard, sorry, Buena Vista Boulevard, just want to differentiate that. And then you go from this colorful 1920s California to monochromatic 1920s Hollywood in the world of film noir and all those other good Hollywood classics. Minus the Harvey Weinstein stuff, but yeah, you know, you get the picture. The moving picture. Yeah. Am I being too subtle? Maybe. I don't know. Yep. I know I can increase the size of my brush, but I kind of don't want to, because then I'm going to keep coming back and forth changing it. So, it's going to take our time. There's Tower of Terror. Yeah, so there you have it. Like I said, I didn't have too many issues. Well, with the current version of Hollywoodland, it's kind of stuck in the middle between being part of Michael Eisner's original vision and then being made over by current Disney with the, what was it, $2-3 billion makeover, which didn't I mean, I feel it didn't really improve it that much, because, I mean, the whole studio theming is kind of still there. Whatever. So yeah, I mean, I feel like the whole makeover in a nutshell didn't really do all that much good for Hollywoodland. Oh yeah, and one thing that I want to add to this area. Well, I mean, we could just put it here. So in the back area, like not even back area, but probably like in the distance with forced perspective, I want a replica of Xanatos' tower from Gargoyles. For all you kiddies out there, once upon a time when Disney was not afraid to be adventurous with their creativity, they came up with this really, really cool animated cartoon called Gargoyles. So there's a villain in there known as Xanatos, who is pretty clever. He's a pretty clever guy, and he's always known for really like outsmarting the good guys to a very, very ridiculous degree. So I want a replica of his tower from New York, where the Gargoyles castle is sitting on. And I think from there you might know what I am trying to do, but I cannot reveal exactly what in this episode, because that is for another video, for another day, sadly. But yeah, there you go. There's my Hollywoodland with Tower of Terror, Hyperion Theater, with Aladdin. I kind of want Aladdin back. Frozen is okay, I guess, but I feel like them changing Aladdin to Frozen is just, it feels late in the game after the Frozen fad has kind of died off, and I don't know how many people went to go watch Frozen 2. But yeah, not all that great. I want my Aladdin back, but possibly not gonna happen. And then over here we have Carthay Circle doing 4D films. And then here we have the Ink and Paint Club on the first floor, and the second floor is Roy-inspired Disney apartment that you can get through by a fire stairwell in the... I don't know, do I want to have fire... like a fire escape on the back? Because the apartment at Disneyland has like 2 ways of getting in. It's like... So I want to have this one, you can go in through the fire escape on the back, so this little balcony, or there's a little hidden entryway in Ink and Paint Club where you can like walk up the stairs to the apartment. So that's like 2 ways to get up to the apartment, and the apartment's gonna be very like 1920s Hollywood styled out. I think Roy would like that. He seems like a very practical kind of guy compared to Walt. I mean, it'll fit in with the aesthetics of Hollywoodland. I know if his sons and grandkids feel differently about that. So yeah, anyways, here we go. Hollywoodland. By day, it is black and white and monochromatic, and by night, it turns into a world of color, color, color. So that'll be all for today. If you're curious to see why I have Thanatos' tower built in Hollywoodland, you will have to come back for tomorrow's episode, or the next video. I don't know when I'll be putting up the next episode of this. So until next time, this is Zero Raptor signing off. Laters.